Alright, good Monday afternoon to you. Well, it's not quite afternoon, it's still morning, but it's getting close. Well, good Monday to you. Welcome back to Shaving with Fuzzy. I'm Fuzzy. Hi, y'all. So, Monday. And if it's Monday, it must be Micromatic Monday. And over at Toast, we have a thread for Micromatic Monday, and the original poster on that, the guy, he opened it up to pretty much anything, any gym raiders and stuff. So, anyway, I still stick to the true Micromatic. And I think it's okay to use a clog proof or, a flying wing or guide eye or whatever. But 99% of the time, I'm going to make it a Micromatic for Micromatic Monday. We're going to do that today. So, there we go. So you notice we did a little trim here. Yeah. I'm switching over, going back into the plants. And maybe I can get by if I keep it close trimmed. And I know if I showed up with it long that somebody'd have something to say. So anyway, we can always grow it back if we need to. I thought it looked pretty good, but it was starting to look a little rough and it needed to be trimmed back to where, it was nice. And this is the longest blade I have for my my trimmer, so that's what we got. So anyway, Mitchell's wool fat today. We're going to use a Brad Sears brush. Now, this is a really nice brush that was given to me. I normally don't pay the kind of money you have to pay for these, and they're not enormously expensive. They're not one of the, this is not one of it. This is one of his ready-mades or whatever. It's not a custom job or anything, but it is a really, really, really nice Badger brush, and that's what we're going to use today. And we're going to finish up with the really, really old guy stuff. This is Daylight. This was the Rite Aid drugstore's version of Skin Bracer. Now, I don't know about where you're from, but where I'm from, Rite Aid was bought out by Walgreens, and they're all gone. So, can't get it anymore. I don't know if there's still Rite Aids at other places. You may be able to get it, but there you go. So, I can go down to the Family Dollar, Dollar General, whatever, and I can get the Smell Like Brute, and I think I can still get the smell like this, but can't get the smells like Old Spice anymore in the cheap stuff. But it's a good thing we can still buy Old Spice and everything will be fine. Right. So I've been watching some movie trailers on YouTube, because I do spend a little time on YouTube, and I think I'm gonna have to go see that there new Top Gun movie that came out a little while back. And I'm not a huge Tom Cruise fan. I don't know. I'm not really a huge of any of the more modern folks, but I like the premise of the movie, and I like the way all the previews I've seen and the stuff that people are posting, little snippets of it here, there, and it looked like it'd be an okay movie to watch. And I started to go on, they were talking about you don't mess with the old guy, even in the new toys, and I started to go back and put the old saying, technique trumps tools. But I didn't do that because, I just did that. But anyway, Mitchell's wool fat. Some people complain this stuff is hard to lather. Of course, they're, probably the same people that complain that Williams was hard to lather, the modern Williams. I don't know. Never really noticed it. Neat thing about Williams, though, if you did it and it still faded out on you, you still had the slickness there. You could still shave. It wasn't an issue. But we're going to do the same thing we always do. We're going to take a damp, not overly wet, but a damp brush. We're going to run around on top of the dry soap. We're not going to bloom soap. We want to bloom something. We're going to go plant some flowers, right? There we go. I just get picked at some about that at a certain site. I don't think they ever understood what I was talking about starting with a dry soap. You can't use a dry soap and a dry brush and do anything. You got to have a damp brush, but you don't need all of that. They were talking, you got to have all this water, and then you got to beat it like a rented mule and do this, do that. And never saw it. All right, so we're gonna get a nice paste built. That's what we're working from. It's like making a roux. You start by, you cook your flour down and you get your roux. You get your thick, the paste. Then you add water to it and it turns into gravy. Or a roux, which is, a gravy is a roux. So anyway, that's what we're going to start with. Wiped our face down real good. Yeah, that's going to be nice. Love the scent of victuals. I don't know, it's not a complicated scent. It's just a clean soap scent to me. And then we add a little water just from the tips of the brush as we go until we get the lather where we want it. Face lather, the way gold intended. Bowls are great things. They're good for holding soups and beans and, you know, things of that nature. Speaking of which, yeah, I made a good old pot of white beans the other day. I love white beans and rice. And here lately, when I cook stuff like that, I make jasmine rice. I love the jasmine rice. So I had me a big old bowl of jasmine rice and white beans the other day. Ooh, it was good. Really good. And if you never had fried turkey wings with a good sauce on them, you need to try that. So it wasn't a buffalo sauce. Agent 00 Devin did that last night. He fried up some turkey wings, and then he sauced them with some, it was actually a stir-fry sauce, kind of a garlic stir-fry sauce. It came out really good. Just the fried turkey wings are good. I don't know if you've ever had fried turkey wings, but really good. You should try it sometime. Alrighty. Micromatic. Now this is the same blade I used last time. So last time it was a 2 or 3 use blade. This time it's a 3 or 4 use blade. Who knows? In the Micromatic, it'll do just fine. And I don't know why, but okay, I don't know why I started that sentence, because all of a sudden my train of thought left the station, and you know, I'm just still over in the gift shop somewhere, so I don't know. I completely lost it. I'm not even going to try to fix my hat hair, by the way. Everybody saw I just took a hat off. But anyway, a couple of days of growth, the Micromatic will have absolutely no problems with it at all. You know, under here, where we haven't been able to see because of that long chin hair, now we can see under there, keep everything all trimmed up. I shaped it the best I could. I'm not the world's greatest at that. Now, I was talking the other day about the fact that I got a couple of wrinkles I got to watch out for. That means is I didn't do very good skin stretching the other day. But if you stretch it, you stretch the wrinkles out, right? And you ain't got to worry about it. Skin stretching can be very important. Now, it's even more important, of course, when you're using an open blade. But it's important nonetheless. It'll cut down on the irritation, and it, you know, gives you a nice flat surface to work with. Now, that's a good thing. Now, we could do our touch-up pass right now. The Micromatic is very efficient. We could do our touch-up pass right now and go about our business, but that's not how we roll. Not how we roll at all. We're going to go back for a second layer of the Mitchells. The second layer can definitely be a lot thinner than the first layer. We are back with our percolated. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this here is Cafe de Monde with chicory. And that's kind of a famous thing in New Orleans. If you've never been to New Orleans, you might not know that. But if you ever do go to New Orleans, you'll do yourself a big favor by finding a Cafe de Monde and getting you some coffee with chicory and some beignets, or whatever they call them French donut thingies with the white sugar splashed over them. I've never pronounced it right, I'm sure. We're going to practice our stretching right here, because right there is where I had the problem last time. And it just comes from complacency. Us old guys sometimes, just like anybody else, can get complacent. I don't need to stretch nothing. I know what I'm doing. And oh, Nick. Anyway. Especially a razor like the Micromatic here will remind you that you do indeed need to remember your technique and play the game the way it's supposed to be played. what a beautiful shave though. Mitchell's is of course a nice soap from Britain. Does a really good job, has a good scent. I know there's people don't like it, but you know, heck, there's people don't like me if you believe that. So it's not such a big deal not being liked. Those look okay. Don't particularly bother me none. Heck, I don't like people. Oh, Fuzzy, you mean you don't like talking to people? No, I don't like people. I like my dog, I like fried chicken, and I tolerate a few people. But anyway, that's if I'm away from work. As I've said before, I've developed the skill over years to when I'm at work, I get along with people and I'm that guy. But some days it takes some doing, really. And a lot of coffee. If I am not properly caffeinated, I am not a happy bear. Ain't that right, Miss Luna Boona? Where'd you go? There you are. Yeah, I saw you walking around down there. She got her a big old pork bone a little while ago from a pork steak I had for breakfast. She's pretty happy right now. Pretty happy. Got to go out and walk around some a little while ago. I ran into my neighbor at McDonald's, older guy. And, well, you know, doesn't talk a lot and I don't talk a lot, but we say hey if we see each other in the stores around here or whatever. But anyway, he was telling me that he never hears Miss Luna or even Hash Brown. Hash Brown doesn't bark much. Miss Luna will. Hash Brown is, of course, Agent 00 Devin's dog. But Miss Luna will bark when people walk by. And I keep telling her, if they're not actually invading the castle, you don't really got to bark. So what I found out was he says she doesn't bark when I'm not here. And then he says he has walked by and seen her up on the back of the couch watching him walk by, but she wouldn't bark at him. So I'm assuming that she's only barking because I'm here and she's warning me that someone's trying to invade the castle. And, you know, I'm okay with that. And when I'm away from here, she's not sitting there barking her fool little head off and going to cause noise complaints, which I've never had a noise complaint from her. Knock on wood. Of course, right now, I'm the courtesy officer here, so if there's a noise complaint, it's going to come to me anyway. All right. Well, looky there. Wish you could feel how nice this shave is. No, I don't, because I wouldn't want you touching my face. Sorry. Don't like you that much. But that is an absolutely wonderful, wonderful shave. Mitchell's worked really good. Good quality brush, Badger brush. Of course, you could have done the same thing with a boar brush. And got just as good a deal. Horse brush. Now, it has been a while. I was just thinking. Matter of fact, I started to use a horse brush for this shave, but I'd already dug this Brad Sears out. And I was kind of setting my way. But anyway, it has been a little while since I used a horse brush. And we'll get around to that, because I do enjoy a horse brush. I think my list goes Badger, Boar, Horse, which are pretty much the same, right? As long as it's not one of the floppy horses. I have one that's really floppy and it's different. But anyway, you got Boar, Horse, and then Badger. And then way down at the bottom is the synthetic, because I'm not a real big synthetic fan. I tried. I really did. It just didn't happen. Oh, but they're making better synthetics now. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I hear you. Nice. Good stuff. All right, a little splash of the real old guy scent. Classic old guy. Skin Bracer. Brute's on that list. Old Spice is on that list. Aquavit is on that list. But I think the really classic old guy scent is going to be the Skin Bracer scent. Well, there we go. That's going to do us for today. Hope wherever you are, things are going good. Yeah, train of thought left station again. So anyway, it's one of those days. I got a lot going on up there, though. I really do. I got a lot going on. I've been to go get me another cup of coffee. I actually broke out the percolators the last couple of days. I'm not using the Keurig and I'm not using the instant. Actually percolated Cafe du Monde. And you can order that online and stuff. And if you want a really good cup of New Orleans coffee, I don't have a lot for New Orleans. I'm not a big New Orleans fan. Read the other day that they have now surpassed Chicago and all them other cities for murder capital of the country. They got more murders per 100,000 people than anywhere right now, and I can believe it. I can believe it. I avoid New Orleans like the plague. Mettary's nice. And they've got a really nice little Italian place on Bonnabelle. If you ever come down and you want to get some good family Italian food, in Metairie on Bonnabelle Drive, they got Gio, is it Gio Forno's? It's Gio something. I think it's Gio Forno's. Anyway, it is some really good, really good. I recommend the eggplant parmesan. Good stuff. All right, look, I'm going to let you get out of here. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, happy shaves to you. And, you know, keep on keeping on.